Hey guys, it's Morgan from RacerX Performance Tuning. We're going to do a little gear oil changing today, get this transmission fluid changed. So we're going to change the rear differential, the transfer case, and the transaxle. So we got the Redline lined up, ready to go. The shockproof is going to go in the rear differential as well as in the transfer case, and the MT-85 is going to go into the transaxle. So here we go. So you're going to want to get the car jacked up and level. So make sure that the rear and the front, use your bubbles inside to make sure that your car's level. It's important for when you're filling things up. Alright, so we're going to start at the back, crawl underneath here, and we're going to get to our rear differential. Alright, so right here we can see our rear differential. On the bottom is our drain plug, and right over here is our fill plug. So both of these are going to be a 24mm or 15/16, so you need that socket, a breaker bar, and a little bit of spray in here to kind of loosen these guys if it's been a while. Get your drain pan ready. Remove the drain plug and start leaking out there, and this drain plug is one we're going to clean this off. There's going to be some metal shavings on there and stuff. You want to check that out, make sure we're good to go there. Clean that up real good before you put it back in, and then we're able to start to fill things up. Alright, so here's our drain plug. We're going to clean this off, and we're going to put it back in that side, tighten everything up, and then we'll start to go and fill our rear differential with the shockproof. Alright, and there we are, all nicely cleaned up. We're ready to go back in, and then it's time to put in shockproof. It's going to be 1.1 quarts of shockproof in the rear differential. Now, in order to get the shockproof gear oil into your rear differential, you're going to need a pump, a gear oil pump. It looks like this. You can probably get one at your local auto parts store. But you want to secure it to your shockproof, and then you're going to be pushing down on here. It's going to pump it, and we're going to insert this line into the fill hole. That's how we're going to get it all in there. Keep filling until it starts to dribble out the hole. That's how you know it's good on these second gen VR-4s. All right, here we are ready to go. I had to transfer the oil from that Redline to this older Pennzoil guy because my oil pump fits better on this old Pennzoil can I kept around. Anyway, you want to make sure that you get your feed deep inside of here. You don't want to be on the edge. Just get it all the way in there, and you can start pumping and keep pumping. You're gonna have to pump this whole cord out of here and then a little bit more, and by the time you get there, it just start dripping out of this edge here. Once it starts dripping, then you know you're done. Alrighty, so you can see it's just starting to drip out there. You can see right there, starting to drip. So we know we're done. And now we're going to pull this out, seal it back up, put the plug back in, and then we're done with the rear diff. Once you got everything buttoned back up, torque it down to spec and clean everything up. This way you can check back later on to see if you've got any leaks. Alright, so from the front of the car with the transaxle on the left and the T-case here on the right, your drain plug is this guy right here on the bottom, and then your fill plug is in the upper left-hand corner if you're facing it from the driver's side wheel. Alright, so these are both 17mm guys. You're going to get some PB blaster in here, get these guys loose, and you know what, make sure you can open up your drain plug. I'm sorry, your fill plug. Make sure you can open up your fill plug before you drain things off, because you don't want to empty this out and not be able to put stuff back in. So there you go. Now it's a little hard to get a socket back in here, so I use a 17mm ratcheting wrench and a little rubber mallet. It's kind of my friend here. So once again, you're gonna have a drain plug. This one's also magnetic, so while things are draining out of here, you go ahead and clean up this drain plug. It's ready to go back on. As you can see, just a little bit of metal shavings in there around the magnet. Nothing really untoward here. You can clean that off, and then ready to put that back in. Alright, and there we are, nicely cleaned up, ready to go back inside. Okay, so once again with the shockproof, same thing as we did on the rear differential. We're going to use the pump, and we're going to feed our line in very deeply into the access hole here, and then start pumping away. This one is not as much as the back. The back was about a little bit more than 1 quart, and here for the transfer case it's just 0.3 quarts to get in there of the shockproof. There we go. And there you go. You see we're starting to drip now, so that means we are done. So we'll put the bolt back on to the fill hole, and then we're moving on to the transaxle. Okay, now for our last spot, we got the transfer case, and all the way at the top here, looking from the front of the car, you see right here, that is the fill plug, 17mm. Loosen that up first, again, to make sure you got access and don't have a problem putting fluids back in after you've drained them. Now, the reason why we took out this tire over here and the wheel is to give us access through this hole right here on the side. That is the drain plug, another 17mm. Once again, a little PB blaster in there if you haven't used it in a while. And then you can just get a socket in there, take that guy off, let it drain. Okay, so we got this coming out here, and once again, we got another drain plug that's magnetic, and so you can see there's a little bit of shavings on there. Again, nothing too untoward, nothing to be concerned about. That's kind of normal. And in fact, this gear oil is still fairly new, but we're going through the process. So let that all drain out, clean up the plug, put the plug back in, and then we're going to fill it up with MT-85. Okay, so there's our transaxle drain plug before. We'll go and clean it up. Alright, there you go. Transaxle drain plug all cleaned up, nicely shiny, ready to go back in there as soon as we're done dripping off. So once the drain plug is put back together, then it's time to fill it up with the MT-85. You could use the pump again here, but there's a lot to put in here and it can be kind of tiring with the pump. So this is one of the ones you can get to from the top. So I just attached the funnel to this line and all the way inside here. So we'll just drop the oil in the funnel until we're all filled up and start dripping out, and then we're done. Alright, then we just take our MT-85, pour it into our funnel, wait till things start dripping out. We're going to need a little bit more than 2 quarts, so 2.3 quarts to take up use of most of these 3 bottles. So once you got it dribbling out of this one, remove your tube, put your fill bolt back on, tighten it down to spec, and then you're ready to go. Start up your engine after you lower the car and check for any leaks. That's it, guys. Hope you guys have a great day.